Now, in an exclusive conversation with WION Samarpita Das, director Elham Ehsas talked about his directorial Yellow. The short film explores the life of women in Afghanistan under the Taliban regime. Listen to this.
The film is more about the restriction on any freedom that the Taliban have kind of brought into Afghanistan. Especially the freedom for women to go out. Women haven't had an education for the past 2 years. They're not allowed out without a mahram, which is without either a brother, father, son, or a husband. And the film is mainly, it deals with my emotions about the women of Afghanistan who haven't had an education for the past 2.5 years now, and they're just not free. And the whole film with the Chaudhary is just symbolic of that freedom being taken away from them. I was born in Afghanistan and I came over to the UK as a refugee. And I was always very interested in arts and filmmaking. So naturally, I tried to become an actor, which is what I'm doing now. I'm acting. And I was lucky enough to do a few Hollywood projects like Homeland. My first job was a kite runner. And I was also very lucky to be in a film in Bollywood as well with John Abraham. I was a villain in a film called Attack that came out last year. So I've been able to kind of work both in Europe and America and also India, because I grew up in Afghanistan, and a lot of our industry, a lot of our entertainment comes from India. So a lot of your films, a lot of your superstars are our superstars. Shah Rukh Khan, Salman Khan, Amitabh. We know all of them as the greats. So we hold them in as much reverence and respect as you guys do in India, you know, because Afghanistan doesn't have their own entertainment industry. So the biggest import was from India, and was from Bollywood. Well, Yellow is personal in the sense that it's about my people, it's about my country, it's about the women of Afghanistan. It's about us in Afghanistan about 4 months ago. It's about my cousins, the girls back home who haven't had an education for the past 2 years, and having spoken to them and getting their thoughts on what they feel. And they feel like every person I've spoken to says that they feel like they're in a cage, they're in prison, they're just at home, they can't do anything. And it comes from that. It's women and girls have not had access to an education for the last 2 years. Beauty parlors have closed, public parks have closed. There is currently a gender apartheid happening against the Afghan women, and they're becoming more and more invisible. And that's what my film stands against. My message is to the Taliban. That's my message. I would humbly request them to please open schools and please open education for women and for girls of Afghanistan. They are half of our economy. They are our mothers, our sisters, our daughters, our wives. And with women, we can walk alongside them together in society and build our country together. So that's my message to the Taliban, to please recognize women and please open the schools for them and allow them to have an education and to work to make their futures bright.
WION is now available in your country. Download the app now. Get all the news on the move.